Hello, my friends. My name is Lindsay Mann. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I am a craft professional who loves to share ideas with you. So here we have the Essential Occasions Kit by Stampin' Up. This is an all-inclusive kit. Everything that you need to make 6 cards is inside of it, and I'm going to show you an easy way to assemble those cards. So let's get started. Stampin' Up! Comes out with kits monthly that are all-inclusive, and it makes it very easy to craft anywhere and also with minimal supplies. So this one is called Essential Occasions, and when you open it up, you'll see that it makes 6 cards, and it has all the envelopes and supplies that you'll need to make it. So let me show you what's included. In this kit, we have tear and tape, which is a very sticky adhesive. We have a couple of card fronts, some craft envelopes. These are nice specialty ones. We have card bases. Love that. This here gives you the die cut greetings. You can see we have multiple languages, but you can pick which one you choose, as well as die cut images. We have Stampin' Dimensional. These are double-sided foam adhesive pieces that help give lift to elements on your projects. More die cuts. We have more greetings, again, in multiple languages. Here we have some more card bases. Greetings, again, you can just go ahead and pop these out. And finally, the last bits for the last card. Now, each one of these cards have instructions. And I call these instructions IKEA style because it sort of shows you the build pieces to be able to make those and the step-by-step components of those. Now you can follow exactly as they've been designed in the box, or you can be creative and mix and match the supplies to come up with something yourself. So let me show you how to put these together. Let's start with this first project, and I'm going to choose this one because it would make a great Mother's Day card. So I'm going to bring out these pieces, and then we also from the die cuts need I love and you. Now I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals, and these, if you just peel back the adhesive, you can pull off the individual pieces. So I'm going to put one in each corner, and then I usually just take my nail and put it in the center, and that'll help it easily peel off the backings. And then we can throw that one on the front just like that. Beautiful. And then we are going to add the greeting. And so this would be great for any of the mom figures in your life. Maybe you have a friend who's a dog mom. Maybe it's for your mom. Maybe it's for somebody who behaves like a mom in your life. And it's just nice to recognize those special people. So this is a really quick and simple way to do that. And then, of course, the sentiment that you add to the inside is going to be what really takes this to the next level. So we've got here those backings off, and we're going to add that just like so. And that's the first project. That's how simple it is. So you can go ahead and grab yourself an envelope, write your message, and your loved one is going to really appreciate that you took that time for them. Next, we're going to work on this center card. Again, this would be a great Mother's Day card. So maybe you have a mother and a mother-in-law or another friend that you'd like to gift that to. And so we are going to bring in this card base that already has this beautiful detail printed on it. And from there, we are going to bring in another die cut piece. So we'll just remove this one here. And we also have this one. So just pull that out of the cardstock. And in this here, we have So Glad to Have You in My Life. So we'll remove that. And now we can start to assemble. So I'm going to use my tear and tape to be able to add that striped die cut on. And so you just have to find the end. And we're going to add some strips here. And you'll notice it's aptly named because you can literally just tear it and tape it down. You don't need scissors for that. And then you're going to remove the backing. Now I have fancy nails, so I do like to cheat and just use my scissors to remove the backing. I'm just getting it in between that sticky layer and the backing layer. So just remove those pieces. If you don't have scissors, you could just bend that piece back and remove that. So now we're going to layer that onto our card front. And then let's bring in this piece, and we're going to use dimensionals because we want to give a little bit of texture behind there. And so layer that piece like this. We're going to just kind of leave it to the side a little bit. And then this, you can either use dimensionals or your tape, it's up to you. But I want a little bit more. I love having a lot of layers on a card, so we're just going to let that pop up. And so there you have card number 2. Card number 3, we're going to work with this one here. So we have this beautiful background. This color is called Pool Party. It's actually my very favorite color. So it's easy for me to want to work on this card. And we're going to bring in this piece here with the lines. And we'll pop that die out. And we also need the little circle that has kind of like the firework on it, and we're going to use congratulations in that banner. Now with that tear and tape, we're going to add a few pieces to the back. It's very sticky tape, so just a piece in each corner would be enough. And again, I like to give it a good press. That helps the adhesive to adhere. And then I remove the backing. And now it's ready to add to the project. So this is going to go a little to the left-hand side, and we can stick that down. Now we're going to use dimensionals to add our circle. So we can put one on either side and stick that down. This is going to go a little bit to the right of that piece we've laid down. And then this is going to go on top, and we can add dimensionals on there. And just sort of tuck it behind like that. You can see how I've tucked it behind the circle there. And that's project number 3. Project number 4, we're going to work on a birthday card. Everybody needs some birthday cards. So we'll bring in this yellow background. It's already pre-printed with some birthday imagery on it. And we will use this fabulous die cut. So you can see all of that heavy lifting is done for you because it has cut those pieces into that nice fringe. And then we're also going to bring in the die that says happy birthday. Again, if you know somebody who speaks a different language, we have French, we have German, I think Dutch, and then English. So this is going to layer on top. Oh, we need one more piece. Here it is. Almost missed it. This is the last piece. So you're going to punch that out of this die piece here. So this is going to go on top. So once again, we can use our dimensionals, and we'll throw that on top like that. And then this is going to go on here, and I'm going to use dimensionals again. I think you could use tape, but I like that layering aspect. So we're going to go on like so. And then we're going to add that to the card base. And we can do that with our tape. So I'm just going to put a strip along the back, give it a press, and remove that backing. And now this is going to go right in the center. So cute. And let's move on to our next project. Project number 5 is going to be a thank you card. So you're going to bring in the craft card base as well as the grapefruit pieces. And we're going to bring in the die cut that says thank you. And from this sheet, this little bar. And now we can do our assembly. So I am going to use dimensionals to add this to the background. And we'll stick that on like so. And then we're going to use a piece of tape along the bottom of our thank you greeting. Give it a press and remove that backing. And then we're going to stick that on, just kind of offset it a little bit to give us the thank you. And then we're going to use our dimensionals to pop that up. That goes on here like that. That's project number 5. Project number 6 also has a citrus theme. So we're going to bring in this ombre card base with the grapefruit. So here are the die pieces for that. And we're going to do thinking of you on this card. That's this banner. And we have one little white piece that we're going to pull from. And now we can start to put this together. So this thinking of you is going to stick on top, and I'm going to use my dimensionals for that. That goes on like so. And then we're going to add this piece. And just sort of line up the top of the grapefruit with the middle layer. And then this is going to go here with our dimensionals. So it just kind of tucks over top of that grapefruit. And then we have one more piece here. We can throw a dimensional on that too, right in the center. And this is that piece is just going to tuck in like that. And that is project number 6. So let's review all the cards you made with this kit. There's so many beautiful pieces that you can play with. And again, feel free to mix and match if that is more your style. But this is just a nice, simple way to be able to make 6 cards in basically a blink of an eye. You can find more kits on my online store. And of course, like and subscribe to this channel to get more crafting ideas and be inspired to do things at home. Bye for now.